So I have been wanting to make videos about games for quite a while now. Not just any games, I want to play games that have a long-running series, and as the title suggests, I chose Dragon Quest. I have no prior experience playing Dragon Quest games, so I'm kinda excited to start this video series. For Dragon Quest 1, I played Game White Color version of it because I heard Dragon Quest games are grindy, so I chose the emulated version of it to speed up my farming. And I'm going to abuse the heck out of save stats. At first, I was going to play on Nintendo Switch in English, but then I read the Elizabethan English line and my non-English speaking brain couldn't handle it, so I didn't play it, and the graphics seems like a mobile game, so that's a minus. I then turned to Game White Color version of Dragon Quest and played the English version of Dragon Warrior. I am the type of guy who pay attention to cover aesthetics, so Dragon Warrior didn't hit right with me, but I tried and I then started reading very big text with oversimplified English. Now reading becomes very easy again, so I didn't like it. So with final decision, I decided to play Dragon Quest 1 in Japanese, mainly because the later series also released in Japanese and I want to keep the consistency of playing Dragon Quest games in all Japanese. Plus, the game cover slaps, and also playing games in Japanese in and of itself is aesthetic. I mean, come on, if the Japanese words are not aesthetic, then why do people wear these shirts with a literal one kanji on it and call it a fashion? Anyway, you got the idea. Playing Japanese games are cool as hell. Dragon Quest is a single-player RPG in which the gameplay is very simple and easy to understand. I won't even say its short and simple story works to its advantage, but at least for me, I love it when the games give me the sense of progression. Here in Dragon Quest, you grind levels. Killing the monster gives you EXP and gold, which is great because grinding takes time, and when you are grinding levels, you might gather enough money to buy better equipment and previously for money too, which means you are never wasting anything in mashing A button whenever you see a monster. Speaking of mashing A button, that's what I did the whole game. I forgot I had spelled at some point in the game. I don't know what these spells do just by reading Japanese names, so I always have to try it out and see for myself. I mainly use Hoimi, Hiremito, and Rora. I find magic spell names in Dragon Quest easy to remember. Of course, in English it is self-explanatory, but in Japanese, this is how I memorize spells. Hoimi for holy me, and for Maho Don, it consists of Maho. In Japanese, it means magic, and Ton, which is a sound effect for stopping something. Together, it could be summarized as stopping magic, so it's a stop spell. For Riremito, think of Rire as a name of something, and Mito, you know how Japanese say milk in Miruku, right? Yeah, you could think of Mito as in meat. So Miwe Rire, which means Miwe Rire outside, and so it's an outside spell for exiting dungeon. And next is my favorite one of all, Rora, which is a spell used to return to Radato-mu Castle. What do you think how I memorize it? That's right, a ruler. I will explain about the game mechanics as I go through the game in order from start to finish, even though I don't think the mechanic itself is very complex or anything. Also, I will be pronouncing the names in Japanese version for a new fresh look at the game from different perspectives for you guys. For me, I'm going absolutely blind into the game. I will leave the timestamp in the description down below. Okay, now press start and begin our journey. The main menu looks clean with white background. Nothing seems special other than Japanese text. As soon as we start the game, we got to name our protagonist. I searched up the Google really quick to see what's the canon name, and I found Aref, so I named it just that. Crank up the message speed to the fastest and we are set. So the story is just that the dragon, who is holding a ball alive, attacks the castle and the horde of monsters taking the princess away, and we got to save the princess. Ain't no classic RPGs without saving some princess, right? After the cutscene, we see the king talking to Aref about him being the descendant of the hero Roto, tells him to get the ball alive from the dragon lord. The king doesn't even seem to care about his daughter missing. Then I open the menu to familiarize myself with the game. I got Dogu, which is item, Jumon, which is spell, Suyosa, which is status, and Soul B, which is the equipment menu. G for gold, and down there our name is Aref is written, and H for health, M for magic, and LV for level. A minimalistic menu. Loving the aesthetic already. Talking to this guy, however, explained that the king is so sad that he cannot even mention his daughter's name anymore. So I guess I need to retrieve my comment from earlier. The king is still a good father. And the guy told us to save the princess, which I will, don't worry. Whenever I reach a new city or new town in RPGs, I talk to everyone and I enjoy gathering information that way. You could even say that I spend more time in city than progressing the game. And to be fair, this is coming from a person who loves playing trade series. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do in this game too, talking to every single person and gathering information. This guy tell me about armory and inn, a place to buy equipment and a place to rest. This guy tell me about magic key which can unlock all doors. This guy tell me about how to save. Apparently talking to the king is only in-game save in this game, but don't worry, I am only going to use save stuff from the emulator I'm using. This guy tells us about if we die, we start back from the save point. This woman is worried that the princess might be dead and tell us to forget about what he just said. Well, how about no? I'm making this video to show to the whole world. This guy asked me if I know. Know what? I mean, I don't know, so I answered yes. Then he told me about a certain town that got destroyed by the monster. This guy tells me that the door needs a key to open. Yeah, right. Thanks for the info, I guess. This soldier tells me that we are in the Radato-mu Castle, and so does this guy too. This guy has said that the princess is gone, and you can talk to this pot and obtain Yakuzo, which can be used to heal. I think now is the perfect time to talk about inventory. The inventory can hold up to 10 items at a time, so you will find discarded items more frequently than storing items back at the storage. This woman can replenish our mana. Oh Kamiyo, Furuki Istae no Yusha Arefuni Hikari Ade. This guy tells us to bring a torch when entering the cave. This woman laments about the old days where Radato-mu was in peace. This guy is a merchant and he tells us about this merchant friend being killed by the monsters. This knight tells us about any experience can make us stronger. And with that, exploring Radato-mu Castle is done and I have gathered all the information I need. Feeling good, I head off next to the Radato-mu Town. This lady welcomes us to Radato-mu Town. There is an inn and it charges us 3 golds a night. There is also storage in inn. The guy upstairs warned me about the farther we go from the castle, the stronger the monsters get. This guy doesn't want me to die. I then checked the armory and saw bronze sword and leather sheath, but I'm broke so I just left them for now. I will be back, just you wait. I found one guy lying on the ground and he told me that the army that went out to find princess is all dead. Shortly after he said that, he passed away. This guy told me about a poet named Garai who is buried with his harp. Inside this room, we find an old man who can lift the curse. Upstairs, we find a merchant from Garai who is amazed by himself that he arrived at this town with his life between his legs. Then this guy tells me that if I really is the descendant of Roto, then I should have Roto seed. I go inside another room. There is this dude who asks me if I know again. Know what? I don't know, so I said no this time. Then he tells me about the town that sells magic key. I doubt he will tell us nonetheless. Then I find this girl. She goes along with me. I don't know what to do with her, so I brought her to the inn. After spending the night, the innkeeper tells us that we seem like we had fun last night. Oh, so that's what this girl is for, huh? Good stuff. I went shopping for a bit. I bought a long skill to buffer my defense stat. Don't forget to equip stuff that you have, especially in this game because it is not auto-equipped. Upstairs, this dude tells me about Radato-mu Castle, which can be seen from the Radato-mu Town from here. Look, you can even see me tremble a bit. Okay, with that, Radato-mu Town exploration is over. Now it's grind time. The target is to get a bronze sword and leather sheath. Let's go! Okay, now I'm all set to go on the adventure. But before that, I have something important to do first. I head off to the cave before heading to the next town, and there I find the Roto stone tablet. By reading it, we now know what we are supposed to do. In order to reach the Demon Island, I need to gather 3 things. Roto entrusts them to 3 sages after defeating the Demon Lord. So I will help you find these 3 sages to gather 3 things in order to get to the Demon Island. Got it. After exiting the cave, I head off to the Garai Town. Now that I reached Garai, let's start the exploration. Spending the night in the inn is now 6 gold per night, so no thanks. Upstairs, this dude tells me that he saw the monster carrying the princess eastward. Another dude tells me about the cave I just went. This lady welcomes us to Garai, the town of folklore. This door is locked, so we will come back here later. Armory in this town has iron axe and iron sheet. This will be my target for my grinding. I see stairs and I go up there. Then this old man tells me about minstrel Garai, who at the end of his journey settled down in this land and built this town, and hence this town began to be known as Garai Town. There you have it, the history of this town. I talked to next guy, and he wants to become just like Garai, and he plays his music for me. 1 out of 10. That's it for Garai Town, so I am back as grinding equipment again. The target is to get iron axe and iron sheet. It was here that I realized I could heal using spells holding me to heal myself without going to inn every time I'm low in health. Now, with iron axe on my left hand and iron sheet on my right foot, I am ready to head off to the next destination. The first person I see welcomed me to Maira Village. It always warms my lonely heart when this happens. It's like the game actually cares about me or something. Great. Now I'm getting emotional. Then I join ladies talking near the well. It appears Kuria's husband left her in order to update magic keys, but Kuria is okay with it since she doesn't want to be a burden for her husband's dream. In the armory, there is a guy finding legendary sword in this small armory in the village. Like hell is going to be here, dude. But good for me since this armory has armors, and my target this time is the armor. This dude tells me about the island which is located from the south of this village called Rimuruda-ru Island. This village has open air baths, and of course I'm going in. And here we have a girl who will do pafu pafu for us for 20 gold. A fair exchange, I see. Sign me in. I have strayed a bit from the main objective, which is to defeat the Dragon Lord, but I digress. A hero needs to rest too, you know. This old man in the middle of Poisonous Swamp tells me the sword that Roto left, and we need it to defeat the Dragon Lord apparently. In the inn, there's a dude lying on his bed. He had his pafu pafu and now he is in heaven. This guy tells me that Rimuruda-ru Town has a shop that makes magic keys. This old man can tell by looking at my face that I did pafu pafu. Yeah, just don't tell anyone about it, okay? This dude tells me about the rumor about a beautiful girl who has been sighted in the cave which is from south of this village. The guy outside tells us about Golan, which can only be weakened by playing flute. And conveniently, you can get the flute in front of this guy. Yay, I got fairy flute. And with that, Maira Village exploration is done, and now it's time to grind. The target is the armor. Then I find this one shrine along the way, so I enter it. And it happens to be one of the sages that Roto entrusts his stuff to. This sage tells us to obtain Poet's Harp if we want to get the Rain Cloud King. which is one of the 3 stars we need to get in order to get to the Demon Island. I don't know where to obtain it now, so I guess I will just go to the next destination for now. By the information I've gathered so far, I need to head to the Rimuruda-ru Town on the Rimuruda-ru Island. Passing the dark cave, I made it to the other side and head towards Rimuruda-ru Town from this place. I got welcomed by the local as usual. Check the armory, it got steel sword and magic armor. That's my target. Then I talked to this merchant. He doesn't have a shop, so he's just there standing near the tree selling things. I went to this room and find a girl changing her clothes. I talked to this guy and he just tells me to come stay at this inn. Well, I guess I will go see it then. This inn costs 24 gold per night. Whatever, I'm tired, so might as well just take you up on that offer. Upstairs, I find this guy muttering about not finding the shop that sells magic keys in this town. Oh yeah, I forgot this town is called Rimuruda-ru Town, the town that sells magic keys. This guy tells us that there is a shrine that a lone woman lives on the northwest of this town. Then this man tells me that wearing a ring is also one of the etiquette of a knight. This old lady can predict things. She knows we are the descendant of Roto. She asked if I have been to the holy shrine. I haven't gone there yet, so I said yes. Apparently it is where the rain and the sun meet. I don't know what holy shrine is, so this time I answer no. She then tells me to go to the south. Upstairs, this guy can do business well because he is afraid that Lora could attack them at any time. These 2 things I'm a fan of Roto because I dress just like him, and he tells us that the upbringing of Roto is a mystery and that he also heard Roto is from the outside of this wall. I see, so Roto got isekai. This lady is also dreading the fact that monsters might attack them. This bald head apparently is the husband of Kuria, which we met at the Maira Village. He seemed to have lost his money and now can't go back to her anymore. Dude, use your feet. This old man tells me that I can enter the darkness through the hidden entrance of the Demon Lord's chamber. No idea what that is, but I will keep that in mind for now. Now off we go to the shop that sells magic key. I find this girl named Nana along the way, and Nana seems to be looking for Roko. I don't know who that is, but good luck waiting there forever. Inside the shop, this man wonders if there is a sword and an armor that can be used to stand up against Dragon Lord. The shop sells 16 gold for 1 magic key, and I can only buy 6 keys at a time. Yay! We now have magic keys, so let's break into people's room. I tried opening these 2 doors first, and here I realized this thing right here is not a decoration for the blanket, but an old man who is lying on his bed. I just broke into this poor old man's room, stole his treasure, and was about to leave like nothing happened at all. Now I feel bad, so I will at least ask him how he is doing. He tells me that when rain and the sun meet, Rainbow Bridge appears, and that is a legend that exists in Aref. I guess that's the name of this continent that this game takes place. I've done exploring this town, so it's grind time again. The target this time is to get steel sword and magic armor. Then, just like the old woman told me, I head south to go to the holy shrine, and there I meet with the root sage who kicked me out since I don't have Roto seed to prove that I'm the descendant of Roto. I really want to throw this old man into the water. With nothing to do, I return back to Radato-mu Castle to open some more doors. This guy tells me the hero should not steal, so I took all the items in this room. I'm a hero who is going to save the world, you know. And I'm sure King will be okay with me taking everything as long as I don't take his kingdom. This guy tells me that he is finding something down in the cellar. Went outside and there is a shop that sells magic keys. This lady tells me about the rainbow thing again. Downstairs, I find one of the sage. I mean, what he is doing down here the whole time? He could just come to me and give me the sandstone while I was in the castle right from the start. It appears he is tired with standing in front of the treasure chest his whole life, so he wants to take a rest now. I don't want him to rest peacefully, so I go talk to him. Of course, only after I stole his stuff from the bureau. tells me that I look like Roto and that he still remembers the day Roto gave him the stone. Good job, old man. You have successfully wasted your entire life. I went back inside the castle. This guy tells me it is dangerous to proceed further, so I backed off. Upstairs, there is a church. This thing in the red clothes prays for my safe travel, and this bearded old man can heal me. Downstairs, I step on damaging tiles to go talk with this guy. He tells me the path to Garai graveyard is now open, whatever that means. After stepping on damaging tiles for a second time, I went to Radato-mu Town again to open some more door together with this lovely lady, of course. This guy tells me about old book in which it is written that fairies can make the golem sleep. I break into another room and there is a shop that sells monster repellent. I am a hero, so I need no such things. After I've done my deed, I left the town again to revisit Garai Town. I am back at Garai Town to look for a Garai graveyard, but then I find out that I don't have any key left with me, so I had to take a long trip back to the Rimuruda-ru Town to get some more magic keys again. I guess it is a punishment for breaking into other people's room. I've got the keys now, so time to break into more people's room. Yay! This guy tells me that Garai's harp can attract monsters and that I should give up on finding Garai's graveyard. This guy tells me about how he had traveled to the town which is located in far south called Rora Town, and about how the innkeeper old man had taken care of him. This merchant thinks the war's going to end, so he doesn't care about money anymore, so he tells me to take whatever I want. Well, I intend to do it even if you don't say so. This guy is an ass. He doesn't tell me the whereabouts of graveyard and tell me to go look for it myself. I break into this room and talk to this old lady, and she gives me the keys back since she don't have any important info for me. What a nice old lady. I go this way and find a hidden passage to the graveyard. This old man is blocking the way, so I have no choice but to talk to him. He tells me that if I don't care about dying, I can proceed further, and he disappears into the thin air. I bet monsters down here are so dangerous that even the dead came back to life just to warn me. Let's see how dangerous this place can be. The only thing that's difficult about this place is navigating my way through the graveyard. It is basically a maze, but I made it through nonetheless. So, I reached the graveyard at the end of this maze, where he and his harp are buried together. Glad the harp is outside of the tomb and not inside. Now with Garai's harp in my hand, I go back to the rain shrine once more, and now I have rain cloud cane and sandstone. Only one more to go. The sage then tells me to go to the place where the rain and the sand meet. Now that I think of it, what does Garai's harp and rain cloud cane have anything to do with each other? You know what I've been forgetting to do the whole time? I still have to save the princess. I head to the cave which I used to pass through to get to the Rimuruda-ru Town, and there it is, a dragon. I kidnapped the princess, so here's my master plan to beat the dragon. Mash A button and use holding me, and the dragon is dead. It appears I just happened to arrive in time before she became the Dragon Lord's wife, and here I'm wondering why she is locked up in the underground. Wouldn't it be more safer for the Dragon Lord to keep her in his castle? Anyway, I saved her from the fate worse than death, and now she is mine. So yeah, L for you, Dragon Lord. She asked me to escort her back to the castle, to which I say yes. And then the music changed. The music feels like I'm on merry-go-round. I use ruler to return back to the Radato-mu Castle to give the princess back to the king. Now wait a minute. I think I deserve better reward than this. Now that's more like it. After defiling Princess Rora, I give her back to the king, and all I get is a thanks. But not Rora. For better or worse, she gave me her heart as a reward. The item says Princess Love, but what is it? Is it an item or an actual heart? What the hell? If it is an actual heart, what am I supposed to do with it? If I use this item, the princess tells us how much EXP is left for me to level it up and all. Is he talking through her heart? Gosh, I don't even want to keep thinking about it. I talked to her to see if there is anything left for her to give me other than her body parts, and she just prayed for our safe travel and kissed me. Okay, now all that's left is to beat the crap out of Dragon Lord. I still need one more town to explore, so let's go there. On my way to Rimuruda-ru Town, I discovered this ruined town in the middle of the desert. I entered the town and there's no one to welcome me at all, so I don't know what this town's name is. I wander around the town a bit and then I fight with the demon knight. Then I find Roto's armor, which is the strongest armor in this game. I'm grinding here until I reach level 20 and left this town. I don't like how this town has no name, so I'm going to make my own quest and find the name of this town. Then I find the town with a golem casually standing in front of the whole town. If I remember correctly, Fluke can make the golem sleep, and that's what I did exactly. Yeah, that's what I get for gathering information. With the golem gone, I can finally enter the town. Yay! Once I enter the town, I go straight up the stairs that I found, and up there is a story, so without thinking much, I throw the heart out of my bag. This man tells me how Roto's armor got passed from one to the next, and now it is in the hand of Yukinofu. I've already got the armor, so it doesn't concern me. This man tells me about his father's friend Yukinofu, how he had buried his treasure in the ground at the back of his shop. Yeah, another useless information. I can sleep here for 50 gold per night. Sorry, but I'm just here to steal. Bye bye. Finally this guy welcomes me. This town is Merukido, the forest city. I would love to see this town in 3D. And also, I thought this is a Rimuruda-ru Town, so where the heck is Rimuruda-ru Town? I talked to this guy and he says he sells daikon. Okay, that comes out of nowhere. Upstairs, this lady is thinking about what to cook for side dish. This man tells me about how his family's shop had been in business in Rimuruda for generations. But then, during his grandfather Yukinofu's time, the town got attacked by monsters, so he fled to this city. And here, Yukinofu opened his shop, so this man is living an easy life. Then he tells us about his grandfather's shop's location. Oh, so the ruined town is Rimuruda-ru Town that I've been heading to in the first place, I see. I guess that completes my personal quest then. Yay! This old lady here tells me to go to the southern temple and visit the elder to find out more about Roto City. I tell you, it is always the old people in RPG who knows everything. You could even say they know even more than the oracle. So I go south, stepping on the acupressure mast and reach the elder. She told me the way to find Roto's she. I hit the elder's wall and went out to search for the she. Oh yeah, I'm not taking damage anymore because of the Roto's armor that I'm wearing. I went into the graveyard and the sister there tells me that these people died because of monsters' attack. At this point, I don't have anything to buy from armory anymore, so I'm good. Never mind, there's another shop upstairs. Here I bought Flame Sword, the second strongest sword in the game, and the Mirror She, the best she in this game. This old man sells magic keys, so I restocked them. Now let's go and search for Roto City. And I forgot the Elder's walls. Well, I found it nonetheless, so I guess it all works out in the end. And with Roto City, I can finally prove myself that I'm the descendant of Roto. And there he is. I show him Roto City and now I can get Rainbow Drop. Does he really give Rainbow Drop to anyone who has the seal? Anyway, I left that root sage for good this time and head for the Demon Island. I find this little gap in between and I use the Rainbow Drop here and build the Rainbow Bridge. Now I can get to the Demon Island. Yay! Alright, now it's finally time to head to the Dragon Lord's castle. I still need the sword, so I head west of the entrance. And you know what? What's the treasure without the maze? I spent half an hour here looking for the sword and finally I find it. The Roto Sword. I'm ready to beat the heck out of Dragon Lord's ass with my Roto Sword, Roto Armor and Mirror Shield. Wish me luck, my viewers. Off I go. Dragon Lord welcomes me to his castle and introduces himself as the Lord of the Lords, Dragon Lord. He tells me if I join him, he will give me half of his work. Of course, I reject him. What do you expect? I'm the hero after all. I mean, what am I going to do with just half of the world when I can take the whole world on my own if I want to? And there it is, the final fight begins. As usual, I match my A button and take the Dragon Lord die. But wait, it's not done yet. Dragon Lord changed into the dragon. Well, all I have to do is the same thing again, so yeah. A button, do your thing. And with that, we finally beat the Dragon Lord. We automatically exit from the castle. The poisonous swamps are changed into flower fields. Monsters are no more, and the peace has really turned to this war. I go back to Radato-mu Castle. Everyone is waiting for my triumph return. Even the king came down to greet me. After singing his praise for me, he even offered me to take the castle, where Aref refused, saying he wants to build his own kingdom. What a chap. Wait, you can talk? I thought he was the silent protagonist. What the hell? With that, when I was about to leave, Rora comes rushing down the stairs. She wants to come along with me. I mean, why not? Of course you can come. Welcome to my harem. And with that, I successfully beat Dragon Quest 1. What do I think about this game overall? I think this is truly a classic RPG, and more importantly, I have fun playing this game. RPG needs to have a sense of progression, and this game does very well. I adore simplicity in games like this. I hope future Dragon Quest games still retain this quality of enjoyment. Gameplay-wise, I've always loved turn-based strategy games more than action games, and even more than FPS games. I can play games that use camera movement a lot, so turn-based RPG really suits me the best. I don't really play games for gameplay or graphics. The reason I play games is for story, character, world building, and the amount of immersiveness I can get. At the end of the day, I feel like the game exists solely for escapism. I mean, it is obvious, but I'm really glad I tried this game. Now I can't wait to play another Dragon Quest games, and I do intend to play all Dragon Quest games. All the more so since I am sort of a semi-completionist gamer. I can't drop the game when I know this is a successful video game franchise. I guess that will make me a Dragon Quest YouTuber. But yeah, how about you guys? Did you enjoy the journey that Aref went through? I did though. To those who watched this video to the end, thank you. And also, if you have any Japanese game that you want me to make videos other than Dragon Quest, feel free to comment down below and tell me. As always, have a great day everyone, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.